Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry about the wind noise, but we got one of those 100-mile-an-hour prairie winds. Well, friends, it's a sad day and a happy day. The 6.5 Wood Weasel's going down the road. Let's do a final recap on this project. Let's start at the back. New drums, shoes, hardware. I put the Airlift 5000 series bags in it with an onboard compressor. I think that sums up everything that we've done on the back of the truck. Boost gauge. Here's the gauge for the compressor. New door pins and bushings so that she don't wiggle waggle up and down. Replace this, that was broken. I think that's it for the inside. Put these nice flaps on there. Might have to get a set of those for the Ford. 4 matching 10-ply directional 265/75 R16s. I've had these a year and a half. They are worn in the center, but they're not bad. I've been really happy. You can't get stuck with these tires. It's hard. And let's go to the front. The whole reason for buying this truck. Okay, well, maintenance wise, I just changed the oil on it, fuel filter, air filter, that's all been done. My brother, I want to give a shout out to my brother. He helped me do this. We put 8 glow plugs in this truck and replaced all the wiring and ends for it. New serpentine belt. What else do we do here, friends? Replace the oil lines for the oil cooler. You can't see those, they're down there. That was a big job and worth it because they were leaking like a sieve. But new boost solenoid, all new vacuum lines which go up and around to the wastegate. Redid all that. Serpentine belt, I think I already said that, friends. New master cylinder, all new brake lines. You guys remember me doing those? I did them, I bent them pretty much exactly how the factory ones run. New brake hydro boost unit, just replaced that last week. Inner and outer tire on ends, you guys can see them right there. What else did we do? I think that's about it. Oh, and installed the port for the boost gauge. So miscellaneous light bulbs and other things. I've done a lot of work to this truck, friends. I've probably worked on it. Oh, back pump. I've probably worked on this truck more than maybe I should have had or wanted to, but that's how I am. I'll work on them. I'm not afraid to pull a wrench, and you know, if I like a truck and I want it, I will do what it takes to get it going. Anyhow, friends, one last look at her. She's going. And work on your own stuff. The more stuff you work on, the more stuff you can work on. And the more stuff you can work on, the better deals you can get. You can buy a truck that, say, needs a transmission and you know where to get one, and you rip the transmission out and put a new one in, you're good to go. I've always been that way, friends. As I get older, I don't have as much time as I used to, or maybe the willingness to lay on my back fixing stuff. But we took something that was nothing and turned it into a useful truck. Been bagging on this thing for 2 years and it has not let me down. It has broken many times, but I just went through it and fixed what needed to be fixed. So goodbye, Wood Weasel, you were a good truck. Anyhow, friends, work on your own stuff, and it's out there on the internet. If you're working on something you're not sure what you're doing, come to a channel like this, or there's so many others on the YouTube, or Google it. You'll find what you're looking for, I promise you. Well, the Wood Weasel's gone, friends. She's gone to a better place. Now, don't worry. I won't have to worry about where she is. A guy I know bought that truck. I didn't have to list it for sale or anything like that. He found out it was for sale and he's like, yeah, I'll take it. So, all good things must come to an end, and she's gone. No more Wood Weasel. That truck's gonna get used for what it's for. It's gonna get worked, and we'll see how that truck works out. He's actually gonna put a plow on it and do snow, so it's kind of interesting. That truck was bomb proof all winter, so I don't foresee him having any issues. And he knows it's a Chevy, so he knows they're a little soft in the front ends. He's prepared to do the work to keep it going. So that's the thing, friends. Pick your poison. You know, if you're running a Chevy, you're doing ball joints all the time, and tie rod ends, and inner and outer tie rod ends, and pitman arms, and etc., etc. So that's just the way Chevys are, but they ride really nice. So if a nice ride is important to you, pick a Chevy. If you want something that's tough, kind of rides a little bit more tractory, but is tough as nails and is going to take the abuse, you pick a Ford. That's just all it is. Apples to oranges. So anyhow, friends, I miss her already. She was a good truck. I'm just kidding. It's just a truck, friends. I'll have more, I'm quite sure. But moving forward, we're going to do some more work to the 7.3. I got to get that thing set up. A truck is a tool for me. I really don't drive my trucks. I work them, right? I'm always towing and hauling. I go to the dump. I haul water every week. I go to the dump once a week. I haul lumber, firewood. So I need to set that truck up for what I need. And the biggest thing is, and I'm going to show you a little clip here so you guys can understand. That's a video from the other night. I'm hauling water. Now, I'm so used to the Wood Weasel, I flick a switch and I light up behind me for hundreds of feet because I had all those lights on the Wood Weasel. The F-250 stock, I can't see anything. Back in a trailer up in the dark when you can't see, usually I'll ride the brakes and that kind of illuminates enough, but I just can't see in the F-250. Now that I have those bigger tires, it's tall enough that it can be hard to see the trailer, and it's just, I need lights, friends. So I'm gonna have to find a headache rack for that thing and mount my lights again like I had on the Wood Weasel. Other than that, the truck's good to go. I'm definitely going to put airbags in it, airbags and a compressor like I did on the Wood Weasel. The same system. I was really happy with that system on the Wood Weasel. But of course I have to buy a new kit because the bags are the same, but the brackets and everything are different for an F-250. So definitely going to do that. And then just keep getting ready for fall. I have to decide whether I'm going to have my water tank in the back of the F-250 or I'm going to tow a trailer. I've done both in winter. There's positives and negatives to both. The main thing I don't like about having the tank in the back of my truck is if I need to haul something, I can't get the tank out because it's frozen. So, and if you try and pull it out, you can shatter the tank. So I may just pull my trailer this winter. We'll see. But anyhow, friends, the Wood Weasel's gone, and all good things must come to an end. I've had many trucks, and I loved all of them when I had them, and they go down the road, and I get something that I like more usually. So, and the F-250, I definitely like it more. It's just a tougher truck. It just is, and I think it's going to last me a long time. Now, moving forward, for those of you that are still here, I have a special announcement. I am indeed going to pull Bunyan. So I will be at Bunyan in Ohio first week of October. I'm going to be there. So if you guys want to come down and come and meet the Tin Man, I'll be hanging out with Buckin and the boys from Ripsaw. I'm really excited. I was humming and hawing about whether I was going, but it's like, you know what, friends? It's time. I haven't traveled. I haven't been to the States since 2003, so it's been 20 years. So it's gonna be fun. I hope to meet as many of you as I can, and I'm just really excited. It's time. I want to shake hands with as many of you as I can, and meet some of you folks that I know from you know, the channel that, you know, have been around. Joe Reynes, I know you're going to be there, buddy. I can't wait to meet you. Joe Reynes is such a good fellow. I can just tell from his comments, and I'm really excited to meet you, Joe. There's going to be a lot of you guys there, and it's going to be great. can't wait to hang out with some of you guys and, you know, talk chainsaws and just enjoy each other's company. So there you guys go. If you're going to Bunyan, I will be there. It's booked. I'm going for sure. So I was waiting for my passport, friends. I didn't have a passport, so I applied for it, and it actually came pretty quick. So once I got my passport, it's like I'm ready to rock and roll. Anyhow, friends, just a short video today. Just thought I'd throw something up for you guys. Busy weekend again. I was doing some truck work and shop work and getting ready for fall. We got a lot of wood to split. I better get going on that. I hurt my shoulder last week, but that old injury that I have kind of reared its ugly head, but it seems good. I was going to split this weekend, but I didn't want to push it. I think I'm going to be good by next weekend, though. We can swing some axes around. I'm excited to do that. I like splitting wood. Anyhow, let's get to the question of the day. I'm going to go through my emails, and I will find a question. Today's question of the day, Brian Leachy sent this. I hope I'm saying your last name right, buddy. I've had this question many times. I made a video about this. I couldn't find it. I was looking in my catalog of content. Saw tools. Brian's getting more into working on saws, and he wants to upgrade and buy the specialty tools that a guy would need. He wants to know, what do I recommend? Well, Brian, just like with anything else, you can get as crazy into it or as, you know, low key as you want. You could go out and buy all the Husqvarna and still, you know, specialty tools. Some of that stuff you might need, but honestly, Brian, I get away without a lot of that stuff. First thing I would buy, crankcase splitter. You can buy them for like $50. Buy an aftermarket one. You will split cranks, you know, crankcases in 30 minutes. You know, like tear the saw down, split it. It'll save you a ton of time. If you want to get into rebuilding saws, buying the ones that need bottom ends is probably the best bang for the buck, because a lot of guys won't touch a bottom end. A good quality heat gun is the second thing. That's for taking your bearings in and out. Vacuum pressure tester. You know, a good piston stop. And then your various, you know, long Allen keys, both ball and normal end Allen keys are really important, standard and metric. You know, other than that, I mean, a good dead blow mallet or a good brass face mallet for when you're doing your bottom ends. Other than that, I mean, you don't really need much else. Did I mention a vac pump, friends? A vac pump for doing vac and pressure. Buy a Mighty Vac for whatever, 70 to $100, and you're good to go. Other than that, you don't really need a lot of specialty tools to work on, you know, chainsaws. And there's some cool specialty tools from like Walbro for testing carburetors and stuff. You might want to add those depending on what you're doing, but realistically, that's all you really need. You know, you could spend, say, $300 and have pretty much all the, you know, the neat little doodads and gizmos that you'll need to pretty much rip apart every saw. Once in a while, you'll get a saw that your tools don't work on, and maybe you make a tool, you know. But oh, one more thing, Brian. For doing still flywheels, there's a flywheel puller, you know, and again, you can buy those online, generic ones for $20. Totally recommend having one of those. But other than that, that's it. If I could find the video, I'll put a link in the corner here. I can't find it though, so I know I did one though. And if there's enough interest, I could do another one. That's no big deal. But anyhow, Brian, that's all I really have. And the main thing I'll tell you though, you know, if you're asking, so if you're gonna buy one carb kit, buy 10 of them. Order everything in bulk, because if you're gonna start really working on saws, you're gonna be waiting for parts constantly. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a headache or a logistics nightmare. So stock fuel line, filters, carb kits, the consumables, spark plugs. That way, if you're doing work for other people, you can get the work in and out a lot faster and not have to wait for parts constantly. I started doing that years ago, and now I'm pretty stocked up. It's rare I need to order a carb kit or anything like that. And then when my carb kits get down to 2 or 3, I'll literally just order 10 more. And That way I pretty much have one of every carb kit that I need, the common stuff. So anyhow, Brian, thanks for sending your question of the day, and that was a good question. I remember asking that question myself years ago when I wanted to get more into working on saws, and it seemed like a daunting task. But after, I remember a fellow sent me my first set of long, good quality uh, Allen T handles, and I still use those to this day, and they're still working good. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Take her easy, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.